but we're all loved. So if you're suffering, it's not your fault. It's just that you're strong enough to do that. You're strong enough to help the planet. But we're all going to go through suffering so that we can grow in our empathy and in our compassion, and so that we know we're not better than other people. So some of your friends might be having a great time right now and you're like, I don't get it. Like they seem a little more shallow than me, but they have amazing marriages and they get to travel. But don't worry about that. Like they're aware, they're doing what they can handle right now, you know? But typically people who are more advanced, who are here to help the world, are going to suffer a little more because they can take it, like they can handle it, you know? And then your time will come to have a great time or to have a peaceful life, but it's not going to come from the ego. It's not going to come from a place of like, I need, I need, I need, I need. I'm always bored. I need something else. It's going to come from a very mature place, from a place where you're like, you've made peace with life, you've made peace with death, and now you just get to enjoy the simplicity of life. You get to enjoy the little things, you know? And if the big things happen, you're super grateful, but you're not going to attach to them because you know what that does to you. Anytime I've attached onto an idea or I've attached to like what I think should be my life, I end up suffering because I don't know. So the second you think you know, you're doomed. You know, the idea is to not attach to anything, to be grateful and to understand that the more you attach, the more you're going to suffer. So don't obsess over a guy, don't obsess over a girl, you know, don't get too attached to your money. Like the universe is supporting you to get to know yourself. It's supporting you to get to know yourself. That's it. If you make money, great, but that money is so that you can feed yourself and you can get back to learning about yourself. Don't give your power, don't make money your God. Don't make someone your God. Don't make your relationship your God. Don't make your job your God. Like you're here to develop yourself. That's it. Right? That so if the universe is supporting you, wonderful. And by the way, if you have no money in your account, the universe is still supporting you because it's saying you got too dependent on money. Now we need you to face your fear. You have to face your fear. Stop making money your God. So even when you have no money, you're being supported, right? Even when you're in an unhappy relationship, you're being supported. Even when you're single, you're being supported. You're always supported because you need to learn the lesson attached to that. Does that make sense? You're always supported. The universe gives you exactly what you need. There was a time where I was so poor, like I was so poor for years. I was poor. Like I hardly had any money. And just the thought of like getting guacamole at Chipotle, I had to think about it. And I used to shop at the 99-cent store. That's like I would get things at the 99-cent store. But during that time, I had to ask myself, do I want to get like a job that I don't like, even though I couldn't because I didn't have documents? But do I want to go get a job or do I want to remain true to myself? And that whole lesson was for me to remain true to myself. And then my business ended up blowing up because I remained true. I was like, I don't care about fear. I don't care if I'm not eating as much. I believe in myself and I have to stay true to myself. So you're always going to have like different lessons, you know? Sometimes the lesson is going to be go get that job, humble yourself and get that job, which I've done as well. You know, but you're always being supported in the direction of your dreams. You're always being supported in the direction of where you want to go in life. Always. But the lesson isn't physical. It's an emotional thing. It's an emotional thing, you know? So if you're always like arguing with your partner, the lesson might be you're not allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Like you need to like allow someone to look into your heart, allow someone to see into your soul and practice feeling safe around them, you know? So there's always a lesson involved. Always. And you learn how to speak with more empathy and compassion because you've suffered so much and you know that it can happen again. Like I could die tomorrow. something could happen to me tomorrow. And I know that now. Like in the past, I thought I was invincible, but I'm not invincible. Ev- Everyone can be injured tomorrow. Everyone can be diagnosed tomorrow. So it allows you to speak with more compassion, you know, because you're not separate from the rest. You know that like death is coming for you. It just is what it is. That's why like maybe like reprioritize. Like is the thing that you want really important? Or is it more important that you ask yourself questions about death? And like you're gonna get older. You're not always gonna have beautiful boobs and like a nice booty. You're not always gonna have those things. That's just a fact. So maybe like the lesson is to like let go of this world and what you think is important and get back to you, like to really start making peace with death. And that way, when it's time for you to die, you're not afraid because you've had a relationship with it your whole life. I'm always thinking about death. I'm always trying to soften myself so that when it's time for me to go, I can actually witness something beautiful, right? I might even choose to leave my body. So don't be a victim to death. Get to know it, build a relationship with it. That's reality. Reality is we're all in a way already dead. Like it's inevitable. We're all already dead. But what if death wants to build a relationship with you so that when it's time for you to go, you're not freaking out? Like you've done the work, you know how to breathe, you know how to regulate your system. You're not attached to this world. You know how to just surrender. I'm surrendering to death. I've gotten to know it my whole life. I've been in a relationship with death my whole life, you know? So it's not something that you can just all of a sudden be on board with. It's a practice. Every time someone bothers you, die to it. You don't need to respond. You don't need to protect yourself. Die to it. Don't let people bring you back to life. Keep dying, right? Don't let people use a defibrillator and trigger you, right? Like keep dying to yourself. Keep dying to yourself, right? And then there's going to come a point where it's time for you to go, but you're just going to slip out of the body. You might even witness the whole thing. It might be the most beautiful thing you ever witness is your own death. To not be afraid of death and actually witness that masterpiece. You didn't get to witness your birth. Now you get to witness your death in reverse. You get to witness your birth in reverse as a conscious human, right? When you were born, everyone wanted a piece of you. Now you get to die and you get to do it on your own terms. You get to witness how beautiful it is to leave this world. And leaving this world is the same thing as coming into this world, except that when you came into this world, everyone wanted a piece of you. That's why you became so fucked up in your life. So now you get to choose how you leave this world. You get to choose that. You get to witness that the masterpiece that is death. Because there is no death. It's just the death of the body. You get to witness yourself slipping out of your body. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? That you get to consciously witness your death. And no one's going to be there to bother you or to grab you or to get you to stop crying. You get to cry if you want to cry. You won't have a mom that tries to shut you up because you're annoying, right? You get to have your experience. You get to cry, you get to feel it, you get to witness it. It's so beautiful, you know? So for me, like every day, I'm like my relationship is with the other side. It's with death. It's with everything under that umbrella. And you start to see like the things I want are so superficial. I remember years ago, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a Tesla. Like 5 years ago, I'm gonna get a really dope Tesla. And the universe blocked me only for me to find out that I don't like driving. Like I live in my favorite village in LA. I rarely my partner has my car. I don't even have my own car because I don't need it. So I would have had a Tesla with a $700 payment a month for what? I found out that I didn't like driving. Like I would rather go walking and go to the coffee shop. So the universe is blocking you on purpose. It doesn't want you to spend money on stupid shit. when you're not going to live that life anyway, right? So it's like really reprioritize what you think is important and be open-minded. If I was impulsive, I would have gotten a Tesla, but I listened. I was like, something's blocking me. Something's blocking me. And then 5 months later, I'm like, I don't want to get in my car. Like I'm going through a transformation and I just want to walk and I want to be in my apartment and I want to go to the coffee shops and I want to read a book. I don't need a fucking Tesla. Like fuck that shit. Now I want one of those cute Hyundais. You know those little cute Hyundais? That's what I want. It's a cute little Hyundai with cute wheels. Like I want that. I don't need the Tesla because it's not important to me. But but those little Hyundais are really dope. They're really cute. So all I'm saying is like what you think is important isn't important. It really isn't. It really isn't. Who cares, right? Aren't Hyundais so cute? Those new models are so cute. I love it. Seriously. So I love you so much. Thank you for connecting with me. I'm definitely going to post this to Vimeo. If you're not on Vimeo, you can watch these replays. I have like over 300 videos on there. If you like this kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to post this and I love you and I thank you and be good to yourself and love yourself and make peace with death, even in the midst of pain, right? Choose which side you want to be on. Do you want to be on love or do you want to be with fear, right? Do you want to be with pain or do you want to be with like unconditional love? So no matter what you're facing, keep choosing yourself, keep choosing love, keep choosing love. Know where your heart truly belongs. All right. I love you so much. Take care.